For additional stories 24 hours a day, visit voanews.com. I'm Alexis Stroke.
Hurt my soul. That every
Hi, I'm just.
is my Lord. I have hurt my soul.
Denise.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Christ So Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
You're now invited to listen to the latest JIS program, aired in time allowed, right here on nrpmediaja.com for government broadcasts.
What's happening with our laws? What's been passed? What's pending? How do they affect you? Tune into You and the Law for legal information you can use.
Robert, what one?
But there ain't a Cindy.
And the little baby this so bad, the other day so big. In favor you, sir. Nobody can say jacket. I must suit this. Hi, little one. What you up to, my friend?
Cindy, I trouble, you know. I just show the lady I come from, you know. I go register just not the school where them just open.
Then, master, that the school legit? It registered with the Early Childhood Commission. Next thing you know, I rather play hide and seek with him round there. If I were you, I'd check it out. Too much hurry come up school board the place, putting children at risk.
Under the Early Childhood Act and Regulations 2005, all early childhood institutions must be registered with the Early Childhood Commission, ECC. Early childhood institutions include daycares, nurseries, kindergartens, preschools, infant departments, and basic schools. Director of Regulations and Monitoring at the ECC, Dr. Tracy and Morgan Smith, informs that an institution can be cited for breaches of the Act if there are health and safety issues, an employee has a criminal record, corporal punishment is inflicted on a child, and where an institution is unregulated.
Any institution out there that has not submitted an application for registration with us is considered unregulated. Some of them we know, like of aggressive surveillance. Some we may not know because they're underground. So there is a section in the law that speaks to penalty where no express penalty is. Section 10.2a that the Commission by notice in writing to operators may suspend registration if they satisfy that there's any breach under the law. So these persons would not have registered with us, but they are acting in contravention of the law.
In cases where there are breaches, individuals may be fined as much as $50,000 or be imprisoned for 30 days. Meanwhile, information gathered from inspections carried out at early childhood institutions shows that the category seeing the highest number of breaches is health and safety issues. This pertains to a lack of water, lack of hygiene and sanitation practices, among others.
There are a number of acts that our act support, Child Care and Protection Act, the Public Health Act, the Fire Brigade Act. So any act that goes against public health order, whether it's sewage fucking out, bushes and wasp infestation, termite infestation, and the building might be compromised, that is, and so anything of that nature we have seen.
Dr. Morgan Smith asserts that in the event the welfare of children is being or likely to be endangered, a closure notice is effected or the registration of the institution suspended. For more information, persons may visit the Early Childhood Commission at shops 44 to 49 Kingston Mall, 8 to 10 Ocean Boulevard, Kingston, or they may call 876-922-9296. And that's where we end this week's edition of You and the Law. Be sure to join me again next week, same time, same place. Until then, I'm Cheryl Johnson Hamilton.
Business operators, take your business to the next level. Come out to NHT's 365 Compliance, March 8, Mandela Park from 7:30 a.m. Get help to register your business, make your NHT contributions, and grow your business. It's all about taking your business to the next level at NHT's 365 Compliance. Friday, March 8 at Mandela Park, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
If you are a parliamentarian or a public official listed in the Jamaica Gazette December 5, 2023 regarding the Integrity Commission Act, or a public official receiving emoluments of $12 million or more during the period January 1, 2023 to December 31, 2023, you must file your statutory declarations as of December 31, 2023 and any outstanding statutory declarations on or before March 31. Download the updated statutory declarations form from the Integrity Commission's website at integrity.gov.jm/statutory declarations. Ask your Human Resource or Administration Division for further information. A message from the Integrity Commission.
Your taxes hold the key.
Tax Administration Jamaica Direct Funds Transfer Payment Option is aimed at improving the transfer of funds from taxpayers to TAJ's bank accounts for the payment of taxes and fees. This payment option is cost-effective and timely, safe and secure, convenient, and receipts are available online, better management of resources, and increased efficiency and accuracy of payment receipting. For further information, call our customer care center at 888-TAX-HELP or visit our website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. This has been your Tax Tip in 60 Seconds, brought to you by Tax Administration Jamaica. Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Transforming Education for National Development. Trend. This is the new initiative being implemented by the Ministry of Education and Youth with the intention of reforming the education system to make Jamaica a more globally competitive nation. Previously, we shared details about the Trend program and what led to its implementation. In this edition of Get the Facts, we give you excursion between Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Dr. Kassan Troop, and host of GIS TV's discussion program Get the Facts, Theodore Henry, about the intended incomes of the Trend program. Stay tuned. With a timeline of 8 years and goals broken down over the short to medium and long term, the Trend program is being structured to adopt recommendations of the Professor Orlando Pattison-led Transformation Commission report. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Dr. Kassan Troop, says the first phase of implementation is currently underway.
And we are in the short-term phase now. We are looking at 145 of the recommendations within the short term. And the short term will see us taking about 3 years. Of course, we have our midterm and our long term that will take us up to March 2031.
Dr. Troop says increasing the numeracy and literacy rates among students is one of the noteworthy targets. Prior to 2019, the average literacy and numeracy rates were gradually improving, but these were significantly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
We are working hard. We are committed to a rate of no less than 92% by 2031, right? That's our goal. Tremendous, but I think we owe that to our children, that nobody should leave the sector with nothing less than that, you know, and we're thinking about moving our numeracy from right now it's about 63.4%. We want to move that to a minimum of 78% because it's a harder task.
Right. The creation of well-rounded students being versed in academic and vocational skills is another target of the Trend program.
We also want to see the readiness of our learners for higher education and the world of work improve, right? That really speaks in the report, the quality of our education. What's happened to our learners after 7 years of high school, after 6 years of primary schools, after 2 years? We want to see all our students achieving at least 5 or more certification, including math and English, and a skill subject.
While academic accomplishments have been and always will be a marker of success in schools, the Trend program will also place attention on holistic education. This encompasses the teaching of skills such as decision-making and problem-solving, among others.
It's not just the academics, but we still have to get our students rounded. Civic pride, right? Our skills in terms of life skills, decision making, problem solving, conflict resolution. Our society is very conscious about what's happening in our schools.
Yes.
So we look at the spiritual development, the moral development of our learners. That's a big indicator for us.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Dr. Kassan Troop. For more information about the Trend program, visit trendja.com. That's it for today. I'm Warren Bertram. Thanks for listening. Join us next time as we help you get the facts.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Welcome to another episode of Western Roundup. Today we bring you the highlights from a water commissioning ceremony in Hanover, a USF Wi-Fi hotspot launch in St. Anne, and a youth forum in St. James. Stay tuned for the details. Merlinotty High School students and residents of several communities in Hanover now have access to much-needed potable water following the recent completion of the $150 million Cascade Phase 2 system. The facility forms part of a $600 million development that commenced in 2013. The initiative was headed by the National Water Commission (NWC) and the Rural Water Supply Limited (RWSL). Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, was on hand for the commissioning.
If you do not have the water in your house and in your place of business and at your school that you require, it is a drought. This investment will end the drought that has affected Pansad. Very proud this afternoon to commission this system, and we commit further to ensure that those, like the students of Merlinotty High, get the connections to this system to ensure that water, which is life, is a reality for you in your own pipe.
Senator Samuda outlined that the new water system has ended years of drought in Cascade and neighboring communities, adding its completion represents the fulfillment of a commitment made by the government.
We are extremely happy. It's really a celebration for us. As you hear, we have not had water, running water, the pipes, if we had pipes, in this area for a long time. And so today is a very special day. We're glad you're all here to celebrate with us.
Board Vice Chair at Merlinotty High, Riz Warren. Meanwhile, the Universal Service Fund USF continues to be instrumental in providing free Wi-Fi service in St. Anne. St. Anne's Bay was the latest community in the parish to benefit from these efforts, with a community Wi-Fi hotspot recently launched in the area. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, Darrell Vaz, has commended the USF for its dedicated efforts in bridging the digital divide and ensuring that no corner of Jamaica is left behind in the digital era.
Pleasure to join the Universal Service Fund in the Garden Parish of St. Anne as it launches another public Wi-Fi hotspot for our citizens. This launch in rural Jamaica is a significant milestone in the realm of connectivity and communication. Today we continue the journey to transform the way we live, work and connect with each other. The Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport is honored to celebrate with you all gathered today.
Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, Darrell Vaz. Over in St. James, the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, recently met with students across several Western parishes to get their perspectives on how the agency can better serve their needs. The forum was geared toward the ANDA alert system.
And the alert system, to a great extent, is about the regular person being prepared and being armed with the knowledge as to how to initiate the alert going live. Because when it comes to missing children or children who are vulnerable, the early detection, the early initiation is what is really the most effective tool that we have to fight against child endangerment.
State Minister in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Marsha Smith. She urged the students to provide feedback on any ideas they may have for enhancing the system.
So don't take today lightly. It may not seem as if what you do will have an impact, but I'm telling you, it will. So participate fully and share with us
What are the ways that you think that the Ananda alert can be tweaked? If you have an idea, even if it sounds silly, put it out there.
State Minister in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Marsha Smith. Some 12 schools across Western Jamaica participated in the forum. That's all for the program today. As usual, thank you for joining us for Western Roundup, where we take you from the corners of St. Elizabeth to the hilly terrains of St. Anne. Remember to send your feedback to gismobi@gis.gov.gm. Until next time, take care.
Healthline, keeping you up to date with government policies, programs, health trends, and more.
On this week's Healthline, we explore the impacts that ignorance of your health status can have on your overall well-being. The prevalence of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and others has been a major issue on the island in recent years. But even worse than the spread of these illnesses is the fact that many Jamaicans are completely unaware that they have them.
Hypertension and diabetes between 2001 and 2017 increased by over 40% in our population. These are precursors for cardiovascular disease, as I said, precursors for heart failure. Our hospital beds are full with clients who are suffering from the complications of NCDs. The cost of drugs and therapeutics is a significant part of our expenditure. And while we are afflicted, we must also prevent worsening of disease and prevent new disease. And it is critical that the population know where they are.
Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie. Some of these conditions also lead to other complications such as cardiovascular disease and heart failure. Heart failure has a significant impact on the lives of persons.
Due to cardiovascular diseases, but it severely affects one's ability to participate in activities for both social and economic well-being. Shortness of breath, swelling that persons get prevents them from their daily activities, from going to work, and it really causes a lot of suffering, not just for the individual, but for the family.
While social and financial toll taken on individuals who have these diseases is high, it is dwarfed by the stress being imposed on the health system due to the fact that many persons are unaware of their overall health status.
In Jamaica, our health and lifestyle survey had shown that 3 in every 10 Jamaicans have hypertension, 1 in 8 Jamaicans have diabetes, and 1 in 2 are either overweight or obese. Now, despite this, there's a high level of unawareness of one's health status in the population. Among persons aged 15 years and older who were classified as hypertensive and diabetic in 2017, only 59% and 58% respectively were aware of their condition. So almost half of persons do not know that they have these diseases. If they don't know, they don't treat, it leads to complications such as heart failure that can severely affect their livelihood.
The lack of awareness impacts treatment options. Promoting early detection and treatment is part of the prevention campaign now underway by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Because also many people who know choose not to seek medical attention. And awareness of illnesses like heart failure will help persons to understand that it's not just a matter of I'm having this disease and I can take medication if I want. It's not going to remain the same. It is going to get worse and it is going to cause problems. And even before caring for the existing disease, of course, there is prevention.
Increasing physical activity and eating properly is one of several preventative measures being promoted by the ministry, as well as getting screened.
And we have targeted nutrition and physical activity as areas where the population can turn things around, starting from early in antenatal care to get all pregnant women to come to antenatal clinics to seek antenatal care where they will be advised on nutrition, not just for themselves, but for the babies. And we know that the well-being of the mother in pregnancy, it is shown, affects the likelihood of the children becoming adults later who develop these non-communicable diseases.
Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie. It is important to know your health status, so visit your nearest medical center and get screened today to know your numbers and protect your heart. That's it for this week's Healthline. I'm Andre Palmer with studio engineer Andre Sawyers, encouraging you to keep safe and stay healthy.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You just listened to the latest JIS program right here on nrpmediaja.com, aired in time allowed for government broadcasts. NRP Media JA, reaching you where you are, no boundaries, no limitations.
This is VOA News. I'm Alexis Strope. U.S. military aircraft drops thousands of meals into Gaza in an emergency humanitarian aid operation. AP correspondent Jackie Quinn reports.
Some 38,000 meals are being provided in this first round. President Biden announced the mission Friday, days after a deadly stampede in Gaza and shooting by Israeli authorities that left more than 100 people dead.
The loss of life is heartbreaking. People are so desperate that innocent people got caught in a terrible war, unable to feed their families.
The United Nations says about 1/4 of Gaza's 2 million people are facing starvation, and President Biden has called on Israel to do more to help.
We should be getting hundreds of trucks in, not just several.
I'm Jackie Quinn.
Yemen's internationally recognized government reported Saturday that the Ruby Mar cargo ship, attacked last month by Houthi militants, has sunk in the southern Red Sea. Reuters correspondent Lucy Fielder has more.
A Russian strike on the Ukrainian city of Odessa kills at least 7. Ukraine's state emergency service says 7 people are dead after parts of a Russian drone hit an apartment block in the southern port city of Odessa. It reports another 8 people are injured. The Ukrainian armed forces say air defenses shot down almost 15 Russian drones across various parts of the country. And in Russia, a drone crashed into an apartment building in St. Petersburg, according to state news agency RIA Novosti. They report 6 people received medical attention after the explosion, which rocked the building. I'm Mimi Montgomery.
For pictures, video stories, and more, follow the Voice of America on X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Additional stories 24 hours a day. Visit voanews.com. This is VOA News. Yemen's internationally recognized government reported Saturday that Ruby Mar cargo ship attacked last month by Houthi militants has sunk in the southern Red Sea. Reuters correspondent Lucy Fielder has more.
A government statement said the ship sank in the southern Red Sea on Friday's attack. The U.S. military Central Command has said the Houthis say they are acting in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. On Monday, a Yemeni government team visited the Ruby Mar, a Belize-flagged UK-owned cargo ship, and said it was partially submerged and could sink within a couple of days. The U.S. military previously said the attack could significantly damage the freighter and
says, don't get angry. Don't be upset. It only leads to trouble. This is NRP Media and Radio. The time is 7 o'clock. Psalm 37 verse 8 says, don't get angry. Don't be upset. It only leads to trouble. This is NRP Media and Radio. The time is 7 o'clock. Psalm 37 verse 8 says, don't get angry.
18 Russian drones across various of the country. And in Russia, a drone crashed into an apartment building in St. Petersburg, according to state news agency RIA Novosti. They report 6 people received medical attention after the explosion, which rocked the building. I'm Mimi Montgomery.
For pictures, video stories, and more, follow the Voice of America on X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And for additional stories 24 hours a day, visit voanews.com. This is VOA News. Yemen's internationally recognized government reported Saturday that Ruby Mar cargo ship attacked last month by Houthi militants has sunk in the southern Red Sea. Reuters correspondent Lucy Fielder has more.
a government statement said the ship sank in the southern Red Sea on Friday night and warned of an environmental catastrophe. The ship was carrying more than 41,000 tons of fertilizer when it came under attack. The US military Central Command has said. The Houthis say they are acting in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. On Monday, a Yemeni government team visited the Ruby Mar, a Belize-flagged UK-owned cargo ship, and said it was partially submerged and could sink within a couple of days. The US military attack could significantly damage the freighter and caused an 18-mile oil slick. Houthi attacks have prompted shipping firms to divert vessels onto the longer, more expensive route around southern Africa. The United States and Britain began striking Houthi targets in Yemen in January, in retaliation for the attacks on shipping in the Red Sea, Bab el-Mandeb Strait, and Gulf of Aden.
This is a Fielder from Reuters. The lawyers who successfully argued that a massive pay package for Tesla CEO Elon Musk was illegal and should be voided are asking the presiding judge to award company stock worth $5.6 billion as legal fees. The attorneys represented Tesla shareholders in the case decided in January and made the request in court papers filed Friday. The amount would be the largest such award if approved. Lawyers in cases stemming from the collapse of Enron got a record $688 million in legal fees in 2008. The lawyers say the sum is justified because they wouldn't have been paid had they lost, and the benefit to Tesla was massive. German authorities say they are investigating after an audio recording was published in Russia in which German military officers purportedly discussed support for Ukraine, including the potential use of Taurus long-range cruise missiles. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz called it a, quote, very serious matter. Scholz earlier said he remains reluctant to send Taurus missiles to Ukraine, pointing to a risk of Germany becoming directly involved in the war. But in the purported recording, German officers discussed the possibility of the missiles being used in Ukraine. The German news agency DPA reported that the Ministry of Defense said it was investigating whether the communications within the Air Force were intercepted by Russia. Iran's hardliners are leading in an initial vote count in the capital Tehran following a record low turnout in a parliamentary election. State-run IRNA news agency said, and state TV said Saturday, that 1,960 from 5,000 ballots in Tehran had been counted so far Saturday. Officials have not yet released turnout figures, but IRNA said it was 41% based on unofficial reports. For additional stories 24 hours a day, visit voanews.com. I'm Alexis Strope.
Hepburn's Glass Appliance is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 9080962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass. Quality service is our priority.
Hi, I'm Geneve. And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Christ Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Guys, this is an urgent crisis. This is no joke.
Somebody lift your hands as we celebrate the greatness of our God.